Just another day at the Lake Superior Railroad Museum in beautiful downtown Duluth. Just a perfect opportunity to drop another of our behind-the-scenes video tours. And you know what you have to do when you see one, right? First of all, if you like it, subscribe to it so you don't miss any, and then share it with as many people as possible and ask them to spread it as well. That helps the museum, and we certainly appreciate it. Soon we'll be open. We'll tell you about all the great things that are going to happen in the Lake Superior Railroad Museum and all the exciting things that are going to happen on the North Shore Scenic Railroad come this summer. And talk about excitement and fun. Don't you just love it when, I don't know, something shows up with a box with a smile on it? And it could be just paperweights or office supplies, or it could be some big surprise, something you weren't expecting. A gift, possibly. Oh, that's excitement. You know, though, you don't really think about how that really got to where it is, to you. It all started back in the day. If you wanted to deliver something like this to somebody, you kind of had to do it yourself. You either walked down the road to the other farm or got on your horse and rode into town and delivered your package yourself. War changed that, however, in 1812. The 1812 war made it unsafe to walk down the roads or by yourself ride your horse. So a guy by the name of Frederick Hamden started a guaranteed safe service, where what he did was he would deliver that package for you and ensure that it got there. And he made a lot of money, packages and cash, between New York City and Boston. 1852, out in California, the gold rush was on. Everybody had money that they wanted to send someplace else. And in 1852, that is where William Fargo meets Henry Wells. Or was it the other way around? It was Wells Fargo. And they started the Overland Mail Company with the famous Butterfield line. And they carried packages, they carried money, they guaranteed, just like Mr. Hamden did, that what would happen is your package, and more importantly, your money traveling by stagecoach, would get where it was supposed to be safely. Technology changed all that, and those 6 horses on the stagecoach turned into the iron horse. And all of a sudden, you had a new conveyance to carry all these packages. Now, trains were good if you wanted to carry, say, a load of iron ore. Well, you fill up a car with it and away it goes. But what if you don't have a full carload? What if you have boxes and packages and letters and envelopes? There comes LCL, less than carload. And that's what the railroads were famous for in the early days. They'd have a baggage car like this for less than carload, for your package. But boy, was it difficult. Here's the book of the Official Railway Guide for Travelers. This one published just before the turn of the century. And every railroad is in here with their timetable and schedule. And more importantly, where they stopped. Because where they stopped was where their package was going to go. So to ship something, you had to look through all these lines, figure out, well, this one could get it to Milwaukee. And then this one back here, well, that would get it over to Fargo. But you want to go to Spokane, so you need this one. And then maybe you want to go into Canada, so you need this one. It was a lot of work to ship that less than carload. Remember how the War of 1812 changed everything? Another war did, 1917, World War I. What happened then was that the nationalization of the railroads led to an expansion of rail traffic. They nationalized them because they didn't think they could carry enough coal or soldiers to make the war effort worthwhile. So what they did was they nationalized it. And a guy by the name of Mr. Mikado was in charge. He bought 100,000 new rail cars, 1,930 new steam locomotives, revolutionized everything, including the less than carload package delivery. He nationalized that too and formed the American Railway Express Agency. And that way, this became a lot easier because you were really only dealing with one railroad and this newfound express agency. And it was about to grow. In 1929, there were 4 divisions of the American Railway Express that operated all over the country. In 1929, they all formed together and became the Railway Express Agency. One organization handling all the less than carload traffic from one end of the country to the other. 86 different railroads, each owned a little piece of the REA. And what was their big slogan? What did they hang their corporate hat on? They promised overnight delivery. It was a brand new concept. Overnight delivery for the REA meant If your train arrived today, overnight, your package would get to you tomorrow. Overnight delivery was the REA's specialty, and it continued quite profitably until, just like in 1812 and 1917, war changed everything. In this case, World War II. And at the end of the war, there was a continuous decline in passenger rail traffic, which means passenger trains and express service on those trains was becoming fewer and fewer, and the baggage cars were fading away. And that less than carload traffic was now being shifted over to a brand new thing, the interstate system and trucks. In 1969, REA was sold to 5 of their managers, and it did not go well for them. They were losing $50 million a year, and in 1975, they hung it all up. If they had only hung in there. Today, between UPS and FedEx, 12 million packages are shipped every single day. 1.5 million come from these guys right here. Still, some of it's carried on rail. 40%, for instance, of UPS traffic is carried on piggyback trailers on trains, so rail still plays a big part. And these less than carload packages that are now delivered by FedEx and UPS, what is their claim to fame? Overnight delivery. Sound familiar? It proves once again, if you work it hard enough, it all comes back to the railroad. It all comes back to you as well. Have to do, which is cover your coughs. It's not a task to wear a mask. It's the right thing to do. Keep that social distance, wash your hands often, and hey, let's take care of each other.